The world lay in ruins. A watery abyss stretched as far as the eye could see. The flood, a testament to divine wrath, had washed away the old world, cleansing it of its wickedness. But from the depths of despair, a glimmer of hope emerged. Noah, a righteous man chosen by God along with his family and a menagerie of creatures, had weathered the storm. They disembarked from the ark, stepping onto a nascent world, fresh and ripe with possibility. The air, cleansed and pure, carried the scent of renewal. Above, the heavens shimmered, a tapestry of vibrant colors painted across the vast canvas of the sky. The earth, still damp but fertile, awaited the touch of life. It was a new beginning, a chance for humanity to start afresh, guided by the divine covenant that promised a future free from such cataclysmic destruction. While the deluge had reshaped the physical world, it had also irrevocably altered the dynamics within the ark, the microcosm of humanity that had been entrusted with the monumental task of repopulating the earth. The weight of this responsibility, of being the progenitors of a new world, pressed heavily upon Noah and his sons. The once harmonious balance within the family, forged in the crucible of shared peril, began to show signs of strain. The world outside the ark may have been reborn, but within the family, seeds of discord were sown, threatening to disrupt the fragile peace. The story of Noah, therefore, transcends the simple narrative of survival and divine covenant. It delves into the complexities of human nature, exploring themes of obedience, transgression, and the enduring power of familial bonds, even when tested by the weight of legacy and the temptations of a world reborn. It is a story that continues to resonate thousands of years later, a timeless parable that speaks to the challenges of rebuilding, of navigating the shifting sands of human relationships, and of grappling with the profound responsibility of shaping a new world from the ashes of the old. As the floodwaters receded, revealing the scarred but healing face of the earth, God spoke to Noah. His voice, no longer a tempestuous roar, resonated with a gentle authority, a promise whispered upon the wind. He blessed Noah and his sons, bestowing upon them a weighty task, to be fruitful, to multiply, and to fill the earth once more. This divine charge was not merely a biological imperative, but a sacred duty, a call to rekindle the flame of life that had been so nearly extinguished. The world, washed clean by the deluge, awaited the imprint of their footsteps, the echo of their voices in the stillness. But this time, there was a difference. A covenant, a sacred pact, sealed the bond between the Creator and His creation. It was a promise whispered on the wind, a promise etched into the very fabric of creation. Never again would the world be consumed by such utter devastation. To mark this solemn agreement, God chose a symbol of breathtaking beauty and ethereal grace, the rainbow. Arcing across the vast canvas of the sky, its vibrant colors shimmered with divine promise. It was a sign, a visible reminder of the covenant etched into the very fabric of creation. No longer would the gathering of clouds evoke fear, a harbinger of impending doom. Instead, the rainbow, painted across the sky, would serve as a beacon of hope, a testament to God's enduring mercy and His promise to never again unleash such destruction upon the world. Each time the rainbow graced the heavens, it was as though God Himself was looking down upon the earth, remembering His covenant. It was a visual reminder of the delicate balance between judgment and mercy, a constant reassurance that even in the darkest of storms, the light of hope would eventually break through. This celestial spectacle, a masterpiece of divine artistry, served as a bridge between heaven and earth, a symbol of reconciliation and enduring love. It was a testament to the power of forgiveness, a reminder that even in the aftermath of destruction, there was always the possibility of renewal, of a new beginning. The covenant, however, extended beyond the promise of preservation. It also redefined the relationship between humanity and the rest of creation. Mankind, created in God's image, was granted dominion over the creatures of the earth. However, This dominion was not to be one of ruthless exploitation, but of responsible stewardship. They were tasked with caring for the Earth and its inhabitants to ensure the delicate balance of the ecosystem remained intact. The animals, once scattered and decimated by the flood, were now entrusted to their care. This charge carried immense responsibility, for it acknowledged the interconnectedness of all life. The fate of humanity was inextricably linked to the well-being of the planet and all its creatures. To abuse this power, to exploit the Earth for selfish gain, was to violate the very essence of the covenant. It was a call for humility, a reminder that despite their dominion, humans were not above the natural order but an integral part of it. The flood had served as a stark reminder of the consequences of their actions, of the destructive potential that lay unchecked within the human heart. As Noah and his family emerged from the ark, they carried upon their shoulders the weight of a world reborn. Theirs was the monumental task of rebuilding, of repopulating the earth, and ensuring the continuation of both humanity and the divine covenant. The story of the flood, etched into their very beings, served as a constant reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of honoring their end of the bargain. But the ark, that symbol of survival and sanctuary, had also become a crucible, a confined space where the complexities of human nature simmered beneath the surface. The harmonious balance, forged in the face of shared peril, began to show signs of strain as they navigated the challenges of a world reborn. The covenant, while a beacon of hope, also cast a long shadow, a constant reminder of the potential for both greatness and failure that resided within the human heart. The story of Noah, therefore, transcends the simple narrative of survival and divine promise. It delves into the complexities of human nature, exploring themes of obedience, transgression, and the enduring power of familial bonds, even when tested by the weight of legacy and the temptations of a world reborn. The covenant established a new order, a hierarchy in which mankind was placed at the apex of creation. God, in His infinite wisdom, granted dominion to humanity, a dominion that extended over every living creature that moved upon the face of the earth. This was not a power to be wielded lightly, for it came with the weight of responsibility, a sacred charge to act as stewards of the newly replenished world. The animals, once scattered and decimated by the flood, were now entrusted to their care. The birds of the air, the fish in the sea, the beasts of the field, all were placed under the watchful eye of humanity. This was not merely a matter of practicality, of ensuring the survival of both man and beast. It was a reflection of the divine order, a testament to the unique position humans occupied in the grand tapestry of creation. This dominion, however, was not a license for exploitation. It was a call for responsible stewardship, a recognition that the fate of humanity was inextricably linked to the well-being of the planet and all its creatures. The flood had served as a stark reminder of the consequences of unchecked greed and disregard for the natural world. The covenant, therefore, demanded a delicate balance, a recognition of human authority tempered by a deep respect for the interconnectedness of all life. To abuse this power, to exploit the earth for selfish gain, was to violate the very essence of the covenant, to betray the trust that God had placed in humanity. This dominion over creation stemmed from a profound truth. Mankind was created in the image of God. This image, imprinted upon the very soul of humanity, was not merely a physical resemblance, but a reflection of the divine attributes: reason, compassion, creativity, and a capacity for love that transcended the boundaries of the material world. Just as God exercised dominion over all creation, so too was mankind tasked with ruling over the earthly realm. This was not a mandate for tyranny, but an invitation to emulate the divine attributes, to govern with wisdom, justice, and a deep respect for the sanctity of life in all its forms. To act in the image of God meant to recognize the inherent value of all living things, to understand that the earth and its creatures were not mere commodities to be exploited, but precious gifts entrusted to their care. It was a call to rise above base instincts, to temper power with compassion, and to approach the natural world with a sense of awe and wonder. The covenant, in essence, was a call to partnership, a partnership between God and humanity, and between humanity and the rest of creation. It was a recognition that the fate of the world rested upon the shoulders of mankind, and that their actions, guided by the divine spark within, would determine the course of history. The narrative of Noah and the covenant establishes a clear hierarchy within the created order. At the pinnacle stood God, the ultimate authority, the architect of the covenant and the guarantor of its fulfillment. Below him stood mankind, created in his image and entrusted with the stewardship of the earth. This hierarchical structure was not intended to diminish the value of the natural world, but to emphasize the unique role humans were called to play. They were to be caretakers, shepherds guiding their flock, ensuring the well-being of all creatures great and small. This hierarchy, however, was not a rigid, unbreakable chain of command. It was a fluid, dynamic relationship, one that required constant communication, respect, and a deep understanding of the interconnectedness of all life. To view the natural world as something separate from themselves, as a resource to be exploited, was to misunderstand the very essence of the covenant. The flood had served as a stark reminder that the fate of humanity was inextricably linked to the well-being of the planet. To disregard the needs of the natural world, to disrupt the delicate balance of the ecosystem, was to invite disaster, to risk unraveling the very fabric of creation. While the covenant held the promise of a new beginning, a world cleansed and renewed, it also contained within it the seeds of potential conflict. The very act of granting dominion to humanity, of placing them above the other creatures of the earth, carried within it the risk of pride, of arrogance, of a dangerous sense of entitlement. The temptation to exploit, to dominate, to bend the natural world to their will lurked within the human heart, a constant shadow threatening to eclipse the divine spark within. The story of Noah, therefore, is not merely a tale of survival and renewal. It is a cautionary tale, a reminder that even in the aftermath of unimaginable destruction, the potential for human fallibility remained an ever-present danger. The seeds of this discord, sown in the hearts of men, would eventually bear bitter fruit, as the narrative of Noah's own family would soon reveal. The delicate balance between dominion and stewardship, between authority and responsibility, would be tested time and again, with profound consequences for both humanity and the world they had been entrusted to protect. The story of Noah, therefore, serves as a timeless parable, a reminder that the true measure of a civilization lies not in its power to dominate, but in its capacity for compassion, its willingness to act as responsible stewards of the earth and all its creatures. The Ark had borne witness to the resilience of the human spirit, the unwavering faith of a man chosen to shepherd life through a tempest of unimaginable fury. Noah, the righteous man, the architect of the Ark, the savior of creation, he too was susceptible to the frailties of the human condition. The world, newly washed clean, offered a blank canvas, a chance for humanity to rewrite its story. Yet the echoes of past transgressions lingered, a stark reminder of the ever-present potential for darkness to resurface, even in the heart of a righteous man. The narrative takes a somber turn, casting a long shadow over the triumph of survival and the hope represented by the Rainbow Covenant. Noah, the hero, falters. He plants a vineyard, a symbol of abundance and renewal, but also of earthly pleasures and potential excess. The fruit of his labor, transformed into wine, becomes a source of solace, perhaps, but also a catalyst for his downfall. In his moment of weakness, Noah succumbs to the intoxicating allure of the vine. He drinks deeply, perhaps seeking solace from the weight of his memories, the trauma of the flood, or the burden of shepherding a fledgling humanity. His actions, however, reveal a deeper truth, a universal truth about the human condition. Even the most righteous among us are not immune to temptation, to the allure of fleeting pleasures that can lead us astray. The flood had cleansed the earth, but the potential for human fallibility remained, a constant undercurrent threatening to disrupt the fragile peace that had settled upon the world. Noah's lapse in judgment, his descent into drunkenness, serves as a stark reminder that the journey towards righteousness is not a straight path, but a constant struggle against the darker impulses that reside within the human heart. Noah's intoxication leads to an act of vulnerability, an unintentional exposure that sets in motion a chain of events with far-reaching consequences. Uncovered in his tent, lost in a wine-induced slumber, he is at his most vulnerable, his dignity compromised. It is Ham, the youngest of Noah's sons, who stumbles upon this scene. A scene that disrupts the patriarchal order, the respect owed to a father, the leader chosen by God. What Ham does with this discovery defines his character, sets him apart from his brothers, Shem and Japheth. Instead of discreetly covering his father, shielding him from shame, Ham chooses to expose Noah's vulnerability, sharing the sight with his brothers, an act that speaks volumes about his respect, or lack thereof, for his father. This act of unveiling, seemingly insignificant on the surface, carries profound implications. It is a transgression against familial bonds, a violation of the respect owed to a parent, particularly one who had guided them through the cataclysm of the flood. Ham's actions demonstrate a lack of reverence for the established order, a disregard for the hierarchy that placed Noah as the patriarch, the conduit between God and his family. This single act, fueled by a lack of respect and perhaps a hint of malice, sets the stage for a rift within the family, a fracture that will reverberate through generations. It is a stark reminder that even within the confines of familial bonds, human nature, with all its flaws and potential for discord, can disrupt the delicate balance of relationships. Noah's awakening from his drunken stupor brings with it a sobering realization, the knowledge of his son's transgression, the violation of trust and respect, the weight of his own actions, the shame of his vulnerability exposed, fuels his anger, his sense of betrayal magnified by the fact that it was his own flesh and blood who had dishonored him. His response is swift and severe, a curse upon Ham, not directly, but through his son Canaan. The words carry the weight of patriarchal authority, a pronouncement that will shape the destiny of generations to come. Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants he shall be to his brethren. The curse, however, is not merely a vengeful act, a punishment for a single transgression. It reflects a deeper understanding of the consequences of disrupting the established order, of challenging the authority vested in Noah as the leader chosen by God. Ham's actions, in Noah's eyes, represent a threat to the fragile balance of the newly established world, a world where obedience and respect for authority were paramount. This curse, passed down through Canaan, becomes a defining characteristic of his lineage, a mark of servitude and subjugation. It is a stark reminder of the power of words, particularly words spoken in anger and pronouncements made by those in positions of authority. The legacy of Ham's transgression, therefore, extends far beyond a single act of disrespect. It becomes a narrative of oppression, a justification for the enslavement and subjugation of an entire people. The story of Noah's drunkenness and the curse upon Ham casts a long shadow over the narrative of redemption and renewal that had defined the Ark and the Covenant. It reveals the fragility of human nature, the ever-present potential for even the most righteous among us to stumble and fall prey to our baser instincts. Noah's legacy, once a beacon of hope and unwavering faith, is now tainted by his lapse in judgment, his vulnerability exposed, and his response, fueled by anger and a desire to reassert his authority. The covenant, while still intact, is now overshadowed by the specter of human fallibility, the reminder that even in a world reborn, the potential for discord and injustice persists. The curse upon Canaan, passed down through generations, becomes a tragic example of the enduring consequences of human actions, of how a single moment of transgression can have far-reaching implications, shaping the destinies of individuals and entire nations. The story of Noah, therefore, serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder that the journey towards righteousness is a continuous struggle, a constant battle against the darker impulses that reside within the human heart. It highlights the importance of forgiveness, of tempering justice with mercy, and of recognizing the inherent dignity of all human beings, regardless of their lineage or past transgressions. The story of Noah, a tapestry woven from threads of divine promise, human fallibility, and the enduring power of covenant, continues to resonate millennia after the ark found its resting place. It is a story that transcends the boundaries of time and culture, speaking to the deepest yearnings of the human heart. The longing for redemption, the search for meaning in a world often marked by chaos and uncertainty, and the enduring hope for a future free from the specter of annihilation. The covenant, a beacon of hope in the aftermath of unimaginable destruction, serves as a testament to the enduring power of divine mercy. A promise whispered on the wind, etched into the very fabric of creation. It is a reminder that even in the darkest of storms, when the very foundations of existence seem to crumble, there is always the possibility of renewal, of a new beginning. But the covenant is not merely a passive promise, a guarantee of protection from future cataclysms. It is an active agreement, a call to partnership between God and humanity, a partnership built upon trust, obedience, and a recognition of the interconnectedness of all life. The rainbow, a celestial symbol of this sacred pact, serves as a constant reminder of the responsibilities that come with divine favor, the delicate balance that must be maintained between humanity and the natural world. The story of Noah, therefore, is not merely an ancient tale to be relegated to the dusty shelves of religious texts. The narrative of Noah's drunkenness, his vulnerability exposed, and his authority challenged by the actions of his own son, adds a layer of complexity to his character, revealing the human frailties that even the most righteous among us struggle to overcome. The ark, a symbol of salvation, also becomes a microcosm of human society, a confined space where the complexities of relationships, the potential for discord, and the challenges of leadership are magnified. Noah's response to his son's transgression, the curse upon Canaan, raises uncomfortable questions about justice, mercy, and the legacy of anger. It serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder that even those chosen to lead, those entrusted with divine authority, are susceptible to the temptations of power, the allure of retribution, and the dangers of perpetuating cycles of oppression. The story challenges us to examine our own assumptions about leadership, to consider the qualities that define true moral authority: humility, compassion, forgiveness, and a willingness to acknowledge our own fallibility. It reminds us that leadership is not merely a position of power, but a sacred responsibility, a calling to serve others, to guide with wisdom and justice, and to create a world where all beings are treated with dignity and respect. The legacy of Noah, therefore, is not one of unblemished righteousness, but a complex tapestry woven from threads of both triumph and tragedy, obedience and transgression, demonstrating that the journey towards a more just and compassionate world is an ongoing process, one that requires constant vigilance, self-reflection, and a willingness to confront the darker aspects of our own nature. The story of Noah, despite its ancient origins, speaks with startling relevance to the challenges facing humanity in the 21st century. The covenant, once a promise whispered in the aftermath of a primordial flood, now resonates with renewed urgency as we confront the consequences of our own actions. The environmental degradation, social injustices, and potential for conflict that threaten the delicate balance of our planet. The image of the earth submerged beneath a deluge, a consequence of human wickedness and disregard for the natural world, serves as a chilling metaphor for the potential consequences of our own unsustainable practices, the overconsumption of resources, and the relentless pursuit of profit that have pushed our planet to the brink. The covenant in this context becomes a call to action, a reminder of our responsibility to act as stewards of creation, to protect the biodiversity of our planet, to address the root causes of climate change, and to create a more just and sustainable future for all. The story of Noah, therefore, is not merely a relic of the past, but a blueprint for the future, a reminder that our choices, both individually and collectively, have the power to shape the destiny of our planet and all its inhabitants. It is a call to embrace the spirit of the covenant, to act with compassion, to seek justice for the marginalized, and to recognize that our own well-being is inextricably linked to the well-being of all creation. The rainbow, once a symbol of divine promise in the aftermath of destruction, now serves as a beacon of hope for a world grappling with unprecedented challenges. It reminds us that even amidst the darkest storms, when the future seems uncertain and the weight of our responsibilities feels overwhelming, there is always the possibility of renewal, of finding common ground, and of building a better world together. The story of Noah, with its themes of redemption, resilience, and the enduring power of hope, continues to inspire us to look beyond the immediate crises, to envision a future where the covenant is not merely a memory, but a living testament to the potential of humanity to overcome adversity, to learn from our mistakes, and to create a world worthy of the rainbow's promise. The journey ahead may be long and arduous, but the story of Noah reminds us that we are not alone in this endeavor. The covenant, a sacred pact between God and humanity, serves as a constant source of strength and inspiration, a reminder that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds, the human spirit, guided by compassion, driven by hope, and empowered by the enduring promise of the rainbow, has the capacity to overcome the greatest challenges and create a world where all beings can thrive,